And now, the general weather around Alaska.
First graphic today, again showing a flood watch continues through Saturday morning here for the NOAA, Kobuk, and Koyukuk rivers for possible flooding due to the excessive rainfall they've had up there here for the last few days. And also down here, flood advisory there for the Petersville area, looking at high waters. Possible flooding there, low-lying areas, and that's through Friday morning, tomorrow morning. From there, looking at fire danger here for Spruce. Still some high fire danger here. Forecast for tomorrow, lower than today due to the clouds, cooler conditions moving in after the very warm day today over there, with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, actually from Eagle all the way down in toward Northway, Tok, and those areas. But for tomorrow, look for high fire danger for Spruce over in those areas and small area there in the Copper River Basin. And from there, moving on to satellite imagery, big area high pressure here over Western Canada, and flow here, you can see front trying to push into that ridge, getting hung up here and weakening with areas of rain from Cook Inlet, areas of light rain, a little more extensive up here over the northwest interior with that low sliding northwestward there with clouds, precipitation all the way out to the north slope. And a lot of low clouds today, especially over the southern southeast coast, otherwise dry with light winds there again. And Juneau hitting 72 degrees today. That's the third record high in a row they've had, third daily record high they've had of 72. It's edged out the old record of 71 set some time ago. And out to the west here, next big storm here pushing gale force winds with gusts of 40 to 60 miles per hour with moderate amounts of rain into the central Aleutians here. That's starting to spread in toward the eastern Aleutians. Main low center back here to the west. And looking at that loop through again, whole thing slowly pushing northeastward here. Nice day over the Pribilof Islands with some partial clearing there today in light wind conditions. But that'll change this evening. Tonight's forecast, rain spreads up into St. George and St. Paul, with gusty winds and rain also advancing eastward across Unalaska Island and toward False Pass, with wet, windy conditions all the way out toward Shemya and Attu with that low center. But to the east here, weak high pressure, light winds, partly cloudy skies, partly mostly cloudy, but anyway, light winds, dry conditions all the way here from the northwest coast, covering the northern Bering Sea down into Bristol Bay. And this weakening front pushing a band of light rain eastward here across Cook Inlet into the Chugach Mountains, up into the Susitna, Manuska Valley, actually the Tanana Valley here, all the way up into the the Yukon Valley. And Brooks Range there, maybe some light mixed precipitation for the eastern Arctic coast, and stays dry with extensive areas of low clouds and fog over areas of the central and southern southeast coast. And then for the forecast for Friday, remnants of that front keeps it cloudy and a better chance of precipitation here over the east side from Prince William Sound eastward there. Actually, the Chugach Mountains, Talkeetnas. Look for kind of a cloudy, damp day for the Copper River Basin. That same pattern northward there to the eastern Arctic coast. Showers lingering here over the central Brooks Range, and just some widely scattered showers possible over the Selawik Valley in toward the Yukon River there. But look, not too bad here as this storm approaches. It should be some improvement. Kuskokwim Valley, partly sunny, and also down into Cook Inlet and the Kenai Peninsula in the afternoon. And Kodiak Island as well, light winds with variable clouds. Wind and rain starting to increase here along the southwest coast, and definitely into the Alaska Peninsula there. Gusty winds with rain, possibly heavy at times, from Pilot Point all the way down in toward the eastern Aleutians, with gusty winds and showers behind that front on the south side of that 983 millibar low sitting north of Adak. Got an Arctic front up here with snow associated with it that really doesn't make much of a drop down to the south, just sort of stays up there to the north. So we're looking at nice weather, calm conditions, maybe some clearing there for the Arctic coast into the north slope, back down into the Tanana Valley actually. Look for a few scattered showers along the Alaska Range. South to north flow, this weakening front here coming eastward. Most of the moisture will be down here along the Alaska Peninsula into Kodiak Island. Variable clouds Saturday. Should be a mostly dry day in part, at least for Cook Inlet up into the Matanuska Valley areas, maybe the Susitna Valley as well. Otherwise, breezy with rain, actually from about Kotzebue there across the Seward Peninsula down to Nome, southwest coast to Togiak, maybe Dillingham. Gusty winds and showers for the eastern Aleutians, wet weather for the Pribilofs, and improving out to the west with higher pressure there. And the southeast coast, not much change other than that variable low cloud and fog condition. Stays dry with light winds through Saturday and Sunday as well, with high pressure to the southwest, another high there to the northeast, so not much big change expected there for the southeast coast through the weekend. And this front again weakening as it pushes eastward, with mostly rainfall occurring for the North Gulf Coast. Looks like a wet day Saturday night, Sunday here for northern Cook Inlet, actually south central Alaska, Kenai Peninsula up into the valleys. Drier for the Tanana Valley there in the east side, and then areas of rain here, a couple of lows, one over the north slope, this one there, eastern Norton Sound, so periods of rain with this system that'll extend down with that trough right into Bristol Bay. And behind that, higher pressure, light winds in advance of another storm system. They'll push increasing wind and rain into the central and western Aleutians Sunday afternoon. And for the lows tonight in the 30s here for the northern areas, otherwise south of the Brooks Range, looking mostly in the 40s or lower 50s, and mostly in the 50s for the southeast coast. Highs for tomorrow, 60s, upper 60s, lower 70s again for the Panhandle, and anywhere in the lower 60s here for much of south central Alaska. Cooler mid-60s in the Copper River Basin, and much cooler here over the eastern interior, lower 60s there for Yukon, right on over toward Eagle, Chicken, Northway, and Tok, and 50s back here to the west with 40s for the North Slope and the Arctic coast. And then the lows on Saturday morning, 30s Brooks Range, actually from Kobuk, Koyukuk Valley northward to the Arctic coast there, and in the 40s to near 50 elsewhere over mainland Alaska, as well as the Aleutians and the Bering Sea, and lower 50s for the southeast coast. And then highs still showing some 70s down here over the southern areas, and not too far below that to the north there, 65 to 72, say, for the northern Panhandle. Otherwise, highs upper 50s to near 60, south central Alaska, still in the mid 60s in the Copper River Basin. And into the eastern interior, 40s to lower 50s for the North Slope and the Arctic coast, mid 50s out to the west. And for the extended temperature outlook, a lot cooler conditions expected to arrive here over the western part of the state from the Kuskokwim Delta right on up to the central Arctic coast, but it stays above, too much above normal here for the southeast interior, right on down the southeast coast, and that takes us through September 14th. Precipitation-wise, much drier precipitation in the forecast here for the 10th through 14th there along the west coast, and a little above here average, about 50% higher than average there for the east side of the state, and that extends down the Panhandle as well. So eventually some precipitation should make landfall on the southeast coast there here by the 10th or so into the middle of the month.